Hey gang, let's open some cards. We got baseball and football today. We've got a nice little mix of Topps Chrome. Multiple formats, and then we're going to do some football. There were some issues with payments going through on the website, so we have one more spot in break number 3, football mixer, and multiple spots in break 4. So I'll drop a little link for you guys in the chat if anyone's interested in getting involved. Here we go. Link coming through. Oh, that's too many. I guess you can't drop 2 links at once. Too many characters. It's okay. Let's try again. Try that. There we go. One spot left in break 3. Let's do some Topps Chrome. We're doing a little retail run here. Got blasters, megas, fanatics boxes, and hobby box. Good luck, everybody. Chill vibes going today for the midweek mixer. How's everybody doing? Let's hit a banger. Or 2 or 3 or 10. Maybe even 15. I think we've got 15 hits coming out of these baseball breaks. So you know we're going to get some stand-worthy cards. Baseball seams parallel coming out of blaster boxes. Red, white, and blue parallel as well. Christian Moore, Montgomery, and there's the baseball seams. It's Michael King. Jordan Beck. Barnett refractor. There's JJ. Dansby. Something here. Make sure my alert box is on. It is. Dansby, red, white, and blue. Dingler. Ozzie. Marcy. Cam Smith. And a Ray Wave. Bubba. Basic box. Let's upgrade. Mega. We'll keep upgrading as we go. Out of focus? Oh, shoot. Okay. It's one of those days, guys. You'll have to bear with me. It's one of those days. Focus, focus. Autofocus is somehow locked. There we go. Why would it be locked? No reason. It's technology. It doesn't work sometimes. Should work now. I'm all about overcoming obstacles today. There's been so many just today alone. The kind of day where you just want to walk away. A mega box. Lots of good stuff coming out of here. Marcelo refractor. There's the X-Fractors. And we've got stand-worthy card number 1, JJ Weatherholt. X-Fractor. For Camille. Jonah rookie. Tram. Guzman and Dingler in the X-Fractor parallels. Michael Bush refractor. Tovar X-Fractor. Cam Smith and Victor Scott. Caglione. Base rookie. Adley refractor. There's a Crawford X-Fractor. That's not bad. PCA, Walker, and Casey base on back. And we're upgrading once again to the Fanatics box. I think we're due for a hit. I took all the boxes without autos, so you guys are probably going to get autos. Yeah, I didn't sleep last night either. The freaking dog slept in the bed, and I'm a tosser and a turner all night long. I just toss and turn all night long every night. So with the dog there, that kind of like made that every single time I had to roll over, it just caused a problem. So I am just so freaking exhausted right now. But we'll get over that real quick. What's that? Oh, I see. First of all, Matt McLean to 150, the blue Topps border, and we got a Fanatical Caglione. Jason, hit for you, my friend. Congratulations. Kyle Teal, Topps border. Wizenhunt. Garcia. Bassett. There's an Ohtani. Ballesteros. Oh, we got another numbered. We got one of those banger boxes. Are we going to get an auto out of here too? Lindor past to present to 99. Fanatical numbered insert. McLean numbered card. Keep it coming. McGonagall rookie. Murakami rookie. What a box. Basayo. Jensen, Topps borders. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. See how we upgrade? Hopefully you got your hands on some Fanaticals. Or some Fanatics boxes. I mean, if you got Fanatics boxes, you probably got a Fanatical. Sorry, I missed a super chat. For some reason, the audio didn't come through, and I didn't hear it. Camille with a $35. Hopefully the football finally sold out, Stryker. Hopefully. Let me look. Let's do this. Yeah, break 3 sold out. We still got some spots in break 4. I don't really understand why. Like, here's what happens sometimes is someone will put a payment, like they'll buy a spot and then their credit card will get rejected or declined or whatever. And the spot just comes out like it's sold. So then when I go back through and I try to put all the names in the spreadsheet, I'm missing spots. And I'm like, what the heck? So I got to put my sleuthing hat on and like figure out what happened. Did the payment get declined? Is it pending still? Is it like, because if you use an e-check on PayPal, the payment will just be pending until the check clears. That's another possible issue. There's all kinds of them. Upgrading even more to a Topps Chrome hobby box. Oh, not to mention all the addresses that every single time someone gives me the wrong address, multiple people, and I got to go back and manually figure that out, which is a nightmare. Well, you know we're getting an autograph out of this box. I can tell you that much. The Fanatics box provided awesome value. And now, for the big hit. Got yourself an Ohtani Fanatical. Nice. Braves shut Ohtani down last night. Yeah, I had a stack of the Dodgers with DeGrom. DeGrom got annihilated yesterday. I think we're seeing the first chinks in the armor of DeGrom. He's gone from like one of the most dominating pitchers of all time to a mere all-star level pitcher. And then after getting blown, he's had a couple of sussy performances lately. think it may be decline time for Mr. DeGrom. What is he? He's 35, 36. Not a young buck anymore. Steer, Prism. Verlander, speaking of not a young buck anymore. That, my friends, is a Vladdy image variation to 99. Christian, what you think about that? Going up on a stage for you. DeGrom's 38. Okay, yeah. That just takes my point even further. 38. Wow. Chris Bryant to 99. Roman Anthony. It's a junior having a heck of a season. Wild style. Freddie Freeman. Mookie and a Weatherholt refractor. We're working on the Weatherholt mini rainbow up on the stage today. Chase Burns. Guzman refractor. That's the one thing about Fanatics boxes that would make them even juicier, is if you could get refractors out of them. Trout Prism. McGonagall Future Stars. Ohtani. Big ticket player. Still more coming, and it's a Shane Baz to 150. It's going to Justin. Another Trout, and here's the auto. On card, Angel Acuna Jr. Mets Acuna Jr. For Oshry. Congratulations on your autograph. You know, I've been using these 40 points more. I just bought a whole case of them because these things are like perfect. If you've got just flagship stuff, flagship paper, 35 points do fine. And they even work okay for chrome too. But it's just a little tight with some of the chrome. Just a little. Some of it's fine. There's the Miz, little miscut. Little Miz cut. Murakami, that one looks better. Dingler, I've been seeing all the same names. Dingler refractor. You've got a logo fractor image variation to 25 of JJ. That's a big hit. We've got a lot of hits. Speaking of hits, we've got a lot of them coming up. A lot of them. This is just the warm-up. We're just warming up with Topps Chrome. Pretty looking stage so far. Man, there's so many to choose from. Let's get these tribute hits up there. That was another mistake by my part. I copied and pasted pristine twice on the listing, and it was supposed to be tribute. I figured it out pretty quick, but this is a better box than pristine. I was underselling the breaks. Sal Stewart currently moved into first place in the odds, but JJ's right there, man. Walter Johnson and another Angel Acuna auto. Gunner. Kid signed a lot of stuff. Pulled so many Angel Acuna autos. Could be worse. Definitely could be worse. That one is the 199. Got two of them for you, Ashri. Cal Raleigh on back. Oh, Tani to 75. That's a beautiful consolation prize. And Dylan Beavers to 75. Couple of perps. Justin's got the Orioles. Matt's got the Dodgers. If you could only rip one box of 26 Finest. Hold on, let me do this again. If you could only rip one box, 26 Finest Mega or 26 Chrome Mega, which would you pick? That's a tough one. Probably Chrome, but they're both good. Jeter to 99. And Sal Frelick to 199. So I'm just gonna run out of 100 points real soon. That is a 180. Sal Frelick's a 180 with that jumbo relic. Okay, we need hundreds and 180s. Cardshells.com for your supplies. Stryker 26 for a discount. And 3 packs left. Nah, I don't care about that samurai crap. I don't care about the samurai crap. I don't collect foreign league cards. There's plenty of MLB cards to collect. That's just my take. Other people gobble it up. PCA to 150. They don't need me buying any of that. You guys can have it. You gotta draw the line somewhere, you know? I draw it before that. No Panini, no Leaf, no unlicensed anything. No Samurai Japan League team. That, no thanks. No WBC. But that's just where I draw the line. Can barely keep up with all the regular normal stuff that has historical collectability, let alone like the 40th offshoot of something. I can't even look at the EQL. I'm not even gonna look. But I did look earlier today to see that I'm 0 for 29. 0 for 29. All changes today though, right? Skeens, Caglione, and Castellanos to 199. Try to get Sapphire. I'm also not going to waste my EQL on my 0 for 29 streak of building up to like close to a guarantee. I'm not going to waste it on mediocre products or ones that I'm not really interested in. Sapphire, I'm really interested in that. EQL hates you too. Carlton Fisk to 199. Totally. Yeah, I mean that's that. I'm not saying that the samurai stuff's not going to be collectible. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I'm drawing the line. I'm not getting into that. There we go with the Carlton Fisk for Scott. Now that we got a stage going, we got 2 more retail boxes. We're wondering, Topps Finest and Platinum. Just had a question about this. Let's give it a rip. See if it's better than the mega box of Topps Chrome. Probably, like in terms of getting, like it's got a trimmed down checklist. You're more likely to get a good rookie parallel out of this. But they're not worth quite as much. What's up, Richard? You're 0 for 10. Thought that was bad. It is bad. What's up, JB? 2 Easter eggs at GameStop. I don't know what that is. What, they got mystery? They're doing mystery repacks and stuff too. Mizorowski, Roman Anthony, and a low-numbered white to 30 Ketel Marte with his mystery quote-unquote injury. Steven. They need to really look into these mystery injuries. When a team, like when a player's struggling real mightily and then they're just like, 10-day DL, didn't get hurt on the field. That happens all the time. Player plays the previous game, no sign of an injury whatsoever. Plays just fine, running, diving. Next game, they haven't performed well. They just throw them on the IL with a hamstring. Okay, you just want to open up a roster spot. Basayo, mini diamond. Scooble to 75. I mean, already this box is insane. 2 lower numbered cards and an Otani. Salvi, Bobby, PCA. One thing that the advantage would go to the Chrome box would be the MVP buybacks. So those don't count in this. But the trimmed down checklist, the numbered cards coming out, it's tough. Who's your gifting a membership? Thank you, my friend. Norton says, good luck, everyone. Let's see some fire. Yeah, teams have definitely gotten in trouble for that. I just want it to be thoroughly investigated and punished. I don't know how you punish someone for that. What would be fair? Because it is cheating. It's cheating the system. So you should be punished. Maybe you should get punished like a draft pick. You know, so it's like, that's tough. Maybe not a first rounder or anything. Maybe like a, I don't know, what would be fair for that third rounder? Or maybe a first rounder would be fair. Probably not, but if you're trying to cheat and you get caught, you should get punished to prevent others from doing it. Good luck, Michael. Andy, it's calling your name. I don't know if there's still spots. I'll check. Break 4, got a handful of spots left. Probably your last chance to get in. Pinned to the chat. Just click the link. Take you right there. Credit cards are accepted. PayPal's accepted. Cards get to you very quick. Pedro. Oh my goodness, the orange. Willie Castro. Orange Willie. To 25. Orange Cubs Willie for Drew. And Dale Murphy. These boxes are insane too. Lots of good retail. Dale Murphy to $4.99. 2 numbered cards. Plus all the unnumbered stuff. Little Prism Kelnick. Blue Prism Contreras. We'll take it. Juice it up with that orange. Baseball draft rounds mean very little. I disagree. It's not as deterministic as the other sports. I agree with that. But you don't want to give up your first round pick and just be like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Pristine. 2 encased autographs plus 1 encased autograph relic. Better get ready. Better get the stage ready. One more. That's a start. Waiting on an important text. Our couch is finally going to get delivered today. The rest of it. Supposedly. You know what I love? The 3 to 5 hour window of delivery. Just be ready for the next 5 hours. We'll be there sometime. Like, okay, we'll just stop what we're doing. Pristine Wilderness, Otani. Yelich to $1.99. Painting the corners, Dylan Cease. DeLauder rookie. Ken Griffey Jr. and Aqua Lawrence Butler to $1.99. Going to the A's, Russ. Gade Horton. Mizorowski, I believe that's a refractor. It is. Mizorowski refractor. Connor Griffin. Just get some good rookies. Oh, that's even a better one. Mizorowski to 75. Mark, congratulations. That's a beauty. 3 numbered cards out of our bonus packs already. And another one? Goodness. Mason Wynn, that's low numbered to 15. Camille hitting on those Cardinals today. Ellie refractor. What's back here? It's another Delauder. That one's a refractor. What is this? Something pretty. Oh, man. Such a gnarly card. Amped Mizorowski. Look how ridiculous that looks. Hold on, I'm just checking something. Double check. Holy Miz. You old hound dog. Mark. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's SP. Just a gold mine out of our bonus packs. Multiple numbered cards and an amped. Just had a fridge and freezer delivered. We'll be here from 9 to 11. Sure enough, they knock as I sit down to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Of course. Oh, that never fails, does it? You hold it and hold it and hold it, and you're like, oh, fine. Can't hold it. Just. Do we even need to open these? What do you think? Should we? All right. Carter Jensen to 150. Pristine rookie autograph for Jason. Brady House. Another pristine auto. Going to Justin. And finally, we got our thick boy. Rizzo. Orange. 21 of 25. Drew, you got the Cubs, man. Beautiful card. Beautiful. Run out of room. We are running out of space, but that's good. That's a good thing. Some more. We got you. We got you. You and you. But way more than 4 hits coming. There might be 4 in this box alone. 2020 Tier 1. MVP chase. I always pull Jordan rookie autos and stuff too. 101s, like all kinds of them. On card Hank Aaron auto. Damien, you didn't expect this. I know you didn't expect this. Wow. I don't even want to look at the rest of them. 12 of 15 Hank Aaron on card auto. Followed by Adrian Morejon. It's quite a difference. And La Tortuga Astudillo. Hank Aaron autograph. Get out of here. Random box. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just found our hot B. Just like that. Morihone. If you're wondering, he's a Padre. And Astudillo, he is a legend. Do yourself a favor and look up The Curious Case of Williams Astudillo on YouTube. Watch it all the way to the end. Well, congratulations on that. That's spectacular. And we've got to do a special little routine for that. Cheers. There's more. 2024 Stadium Club. Skeens had a bounce back performance. My friend finally traded him. And then he goes and does that. But he traded him for Yamamoto, so it's not like it's a big deal. What do you think about this trade? So we're in a keeper league. You have to pay $5 additional if you keep a guy, right? If it's the, I think it's the, whatever, $5, let's say. So he traded Skeens and Bazana. Bazana is basically free for a keeper, and Skeens is like $17 or something, I think. So he's pretty good keeper too. For Yamamoto, full price, to not going to be a keeper, and Jazz Chisholm, full price, not going to be a keeper. What do you think about that trade? I don't really know what to think. I think it looks pretty good, just like pretty even. Although, like, selling low on Skeens, it seems like it was a sell low point, but he got maximum value. Yeah, I got some vintage cards, Garrison. You have a Robin Yount. Nice. I should show you guys my vintage collection one of these days. It's not too insane, but then I say that, and then people are just gonna be like, that is not too insane. It's hard to not compare your collection to other people's collections that you see online. And I didn't have a vintage collection when I started out this endeavor. And I've slowly accumulated little pieces throughout the years. And I think it's a pretty darn good one at this point. But it's not like I have a Babe Ruth or a Mickey Mantle or anything like that. So, but I do have some Ty Cobbs. I always feel like when someone's like, yeah, I got a nice vintage collection, then they pull out like a Mantle rookie and you're just like, well, yeah, that's awesome. Mine's not even close. Or even like a Hank Aaron. Like I got a couple of Hank Aarons. Not very much of it's graded. It's all mostly raw. I've got a couple graded ones, but Jose Soriano, that's not too bad, man. This guy can throw some gas. Rookie auto. Going to Brian. There's a Mantle. In honor of the Hank Aaron auto, I'm listening to the Ballad of Kikuchi. I've been chasing a Hank Aaron auto for 7 years. Trying to pull one out of a pack. Well, I pulled one. Riley Green. CFP Otani. I don't know if that's I think that's just a regular one. But like, I don't know. Like all Otanis. Do you just top load all Otanis no matter what? I think you do. Cal Raleigh, 4 consecutive at-bats with home runs. He's back, baby. Red Riley, Shawnwell. There's a Yamamoto rookie. Duran, awesome image. Awesome photography. Spencer Steer refractor. Jackson Churio Special Forces. It's a cool looking one. Maverick says, love your channel, just getting into card collecting, trying to find ways to bond with my son. We've been binge watching your videos, trying to learn all we can. Keep ripping. Thanks for being it alive, man. I appreciate you guys watching. This is a good place to come and ask questions. If you've got questions about the hobby, which a lot of people do. Oh, that reminds me, dude, what was I going to say? God, I made a mental note the other day because people kept asking me about stuff. And I was like, I will address this during a stream. It's like a noob question. Okay, here's one. A lot of people want to know, when you're opening packs, what cards you should sleeve versus top load versus one touch, or maybe put in a binder or do nothing at all with. Or what kind of box do you put this stuff in? There's a lot of questions like that, and I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit. You might think this is a cop-out, but it's not. It's part of the explanation. It's really up to you. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong, but that's a cop-out because that gives you nothing. But just know that you can do whatever you want. They're your cards. We'll start out with that. But then I can tell you, like, hold on a second. I'll continue, I promise. I've been waiting so long to use an actual Cabbage auto on the Cabbage stand. Let's match that up and make sure that's a legit autograph. It sure is. It sure is. Just in case you're wondering. Angels. If I can read. Brian, congratulations, Brian. We got 2 Angels autos out of that box. Back to the sleeve and top load game. Sleeves are cheap. Sleeve up whatever you want. Get card shell sleeves, so you won't regret it. They've got these little corners that are pre-cut on there already, so you can just slide your cards in and the corners won't get dinged. Number 1. So sleeve up whatever you want. If you like the look of your card, it doesn't have to be anything special or valuable. Sleeve up who you like. As far as a binder goes, cards are not going to be protected as well in a binder. You're going through the pages. Maybe, you never know what can happen. They can fall out of the binder if you lift it up the wrong way. I've had it happen to me before, where you lift up your binder the wrong way and the cards slide out the top and it's just like, ugh. So only put cards in a binder that you don't and you will never care about the condition. Like they're only base cards of common players, or maybe like you collect a certain team. Say you collect the Astros and you pull this Jeff Bagwell card and you're like, I know that card is never going to be worth anything, but I collect the Astros. And you slide that one into a binder, right? Because it's not his rookie. It's not a playing day card. It's just a random year Jeff Bagwell card, right? Nice photo, nice image, fun to look at. Fun to look at in a binder with all your other Astros. That kind of thing. Austin Riley. Okay, then you've got a card like this. And that's a yellow parallel. but it's unnumbered. And it's Austin Riley. It's not his rookie card, but used to be a star player, and he does have MVP pedigree. He's that good. He hasn't had a good year last 2 years, but so what would I do with this card? Well, I'd sleeve a card like that up. Would you use a top loader on it? If you like the Braves, if you like Austin Riley, is that card ever going to be worth like more than $1 or $2? I don't know. Probably not. Just based on, once again, mid-playing day career stuff. Now, what stuff do you top load? Let's find a top load card if we can. Great example. That's a Skeens rookie. So even if that was just a basic Skeens rookie, I would still top load it. But that's a red parallel. So we got to pull out a top loader. First you put it in a sleeve, then you put it in a top loader, and you slide it on in. And we'll put them up on the stage. Right on cue. Who's got Dave? David's got him. Nice, David. So rookies. You could top load any rookie. Jared Jones. What about Jared Jones? That's a questionable one. It's a pitcher. You gotta weigh, do the pros and cons, weigh it up. That's a card I'd sleeve. Maybe top load. I'd probably top load it, actually. The greens aren't numbered. So it's easy. If you get a numbered card, any numbered card, except for the golds, the golds are to 2026. You might not want to top load all your golds if it's just a common player or a no name, as I like to call them. These ones are numbered though to 199. So that's a chrome, not numbered, but the paper is numbered. Now anything below a gold, I top load. So you get them to 2026. Maybe you don't top load the commons. Maybe you do. It's up to you. But if it's numbered below that, I'm top loading every one of them. That's how I do it. And that goes back to it's up to you kind of thing. Maybe you do top load all your golds. That's fine. Put them in a box, keep them all together. You can do whatever you want. They're your cards. But that's not the answer you want to hear. So I'll give you what I do. Anything, any kind of thick card that is relevant, gonna want to try to protect that a little bit, probably. Like Inception, we got some thicker cards in here. We'll see. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, Jonathan. The big one. You still not like top loader binders? I don't use top loader binders, but I don't have a problem with it. I just have my cards sorted in a different way. If I had a shelf with a bunch of, I could put a bunch of binders in a row, which I don't think I have the right size shelf to do that, but maybe I do. I don't know. But I do use card slab, slab binders. So I've got 3 binders full of slabs. It makes it easy to thumb through them. It's kind of handy. Robert Hassel. So here's one right here. It's okay, thicker card, rookie, but not a parallel. Normally I probably wouldn't sleeve up his just regular base card even, or maybe I would. It just kind of depends. But since it's a thicker card, I'll probably sleeve that up, Pat Quest with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Stryker. Asked for your advice a couple months ago on Card Channel with my son. We are on day 27 of a video every day. We enjoy your content. Well, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you found the motivation to do that, man. It's tough. Day 27 of a video every day. You know what that takes? That takes commitment. That takes time. That takes the one thing that you got to be a little careful of, Norby, is getting to the point where it's tedious and you don't want to do it anymore. Because when you make a video every single day and you just keep that streak going, 2 things can happen. You can either get locked in and that becomes a habit and that's what you do every day. You make a video. Or it can become a chore. Becomes a chore, it can kind of suck the love of what you're doing out of it. River Ryan and Jackson Merrill. But inevitably, any YouTuber will tell you, anyone who's been around for a while and has made a lot of videos, you're bound to get burnt out. So if you start feeling that feeling where you don't want to do it anymore, just take a break. Or if you're in the mode where you're just like, we're crushing, keep going, man, pedal to the metal. Dalton Rushing, 10 of 10. That is a low-numbered rookie autograph. Going to Matt. Got a 100-point top loader for that. Also, back to the basics of the sleeving top loading game. You're going to need a few different sizes of top loaders, most likely. We're going to pull these down, folks, because it's time to reveal all the hits. Depending on what you're opening, but it's always good to have the stuff on hand. The different size top loaders on hand, just in case. And you don't need every size if you're not going to be opening. But here's the thing, like, okay, let's say a card like this Castellanos. Like, you can pull a 180 point size top card out of a flagship box, like a big old relic. So you might want to have some 180s on hand just because of that. Because if you pull that card, you're going to be like, what do I do if you don't have the 180s, you know? You're going to be like panicking. Like, should I run to the card store? And then are they even going to have them in stock? Josh with the $10 super chat says, hey, Stryker, just wanted to pass along a confidence boost. My wife loves to have your videos playing in the background when she goes to bed. Says your buttery smooth voice helps her fall asleep. Thank you. I love that. I'd love to hear that. I'll try to keep it smooth. Keep the anger and frustration at bay. All right. Ready? Dale Murphy to $4.99. Freddie Freeman to $1.99. Jose Soriano rookie auto. Trey Cabbage, let's go. Brady House rookie auto. Jensen to $150. Maury Hone to $3.95. Bryant to $99. McLean to $150. PCA to $150. Derek Jeter to $99. Freddie Freeman Wild Style. Luis Angel Acuna to $199. Dylan Beavers to $75. Ohtani to $75. Frelick to $199. Castellanos to $199. Scooble to $75. A Win to $15. Butler to $199. Yelich to $199. Marte to $30. Caglione rookie. La Tortuga himself to $2.99. Dalton Rushing 10 of 10 rookie auto. Past to present Lindor to $99. Weatherholt X-Fractor. Another Angel Acuna. Boz to $150. Weatherholt Refractor. Fanatical Caglione. Fisk to $199. Vladdy Image Variation to $99. Paul Skeens rookie. Red Parallel. Ruby Red Parallel from Stadium Club. Anthony Rizzo to $25. That's an on-card auto with a relic. We call that pristine pieces. Willie Castro to $25. Amped Mizorowski SSP. Beautiful hit. Another Miz. That one's numbered to 75. And the big boy. Hammer and Hank Aaron on-card autograph to 15. Break 2, you ready? Break 2. I think we got one spot left in break number 4. Looks like we do. Pin to the chat. Bobby coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate you, man. Mark says, Stryker, what do you think is better to open for hit? Baseball or football packs? It's not a valid question. No, nothing. I'm just trying to. There's too many. Like, you got to compare apples to apples, and even then, like you would have to say, 2026 flagship football hobby box or 2026 Series 1 baseball box. You got to be very specific because they're completely different things. Like, what are we opening? We opening this, you got 6 guaranteed hits versus a flagship hobby box of football. Like, so that's what I mean. Let's do the little rundown. We got break number 2. We got hobby, phonetics, mega, and blaster. We'll start with the blaster. Go Brewers. Good luck. SP, is it SP Adams, Spa Dams, or Spottum 2? Your name is confusing me. But good luck. Michigan man? Or woman? What's up, baseball prods? What question would you like me to answer? Hangers also have the bangers. I haven't opened any hanger football. I ordered a bunch of flagship football in different formats. Just hasn't shown up yet. I'd like to open them, but don't have them. Max Fried, red, white, and blue, and another McGonagall. McGonagall's coming out. Mason Wynn. Yamamoto. Ray Wave. Bubba. Denzer Guzman. Baseball seams. Time to upgrade. Mega box. Should have subcontracted out those Amish. I'd have been down. We went to the Home Depot because our project is finished. So now it's time to get like refunds on all the overcharges and stuff. So we had to do that yesterday. And after like, you know, this list of things, the lady's like, hey, that's for such a big project you guys had, there's very little that went wrong. And I'm just like, if that's the case, I hate to see the projects that have a lot going wrong. Amish have great stuff. They do, but it's really expensive. I wanted to get an Amish table, and it was like $4 or $5 or $6,000 for a freaking kitchen table. It was beautiful, but I think I'll have to pass on that. Every box has a McGonagall. What is going on with this? It's a big checklist. You don't just pull McGonagalls. Trust me. I've been searching for them. Connor Griffin refractor. That's stand-worthy card number 1. That looks to be nicely centered. FedEx lost your Acuna foil fractor auto. What? Huh? That sounds fishy. I would have them do an investigation. I'd raise hell with FedEx and then Topps. Get them involved. Have them do an investigation. You don't just lose an autograph coming from Topps like that. I've never had that happen. I mean, I supposedly, in theory, that could happen, but that sounds awfully fishy. But maybe they give you, I mean, gosh, they can't give you a 101 of someone else, can they? Because then someone else is going to get screwed over. Murakami. Wow. I haven't hit any Murakami parallels, not one. After a whole case of blasters, bunch of megas, bunch of Fanatics boxes. So that is not, like, both of these cards right here, not bad. I mean, they might not be worth the most money, but they're not bad at all. Ben Rice. Always have to sign for my... Yeah, Camille. You do have to sign for those big cards. How does that work? No signature on there. Yeah, dude. Ah, man. That's a... feel for you. Fanatics. Any cards, even not like an autograph. Like, I had to sign for... my cards are... I put my good cards in a special pile of cards I need to grade. They're not right behind me anymore. But even on my Cooper Blue X-Fractor, I had to sign for it. We're upgrading again. Fanatics box. Yeah, the Mega Box the other day where every X-Fractor was miscut so much that the start of the next card was the bottom. Yeah, you can get all new ones if you want. It's a bit of a hassle, but you just fill out the form on Topps.com. You got to have proof of like where you paid for it, the box. I think that's about it. And you might have to do one for each individual card if it's worth it to you. But that is infuriating. Back-to-back boxes with Fanaticals. This one's Bobby. We had Caglione. Now we have Blobby. You know what would be hilarious if Bobby got fat? We could call him Blobby. Can you imagine? Like one of the best athletes in baseball. He just decides to go on a deep fried diet. Roman. Beard versus Food just had that huge deep fried thing that like nobody's beaten, or like one person maybe is beating it. When you have that much deep fried food, like, I mean, you could see it in his face. His face started swelling up just from eating it. Real Muto to 150. Fanatics versus regular. What's your best recommendation? Fanatics. You should watch my videos, man. I break it all down. Fanatics boxes are the best format at the current prices out of everything. All right, we got 4 stand-worthy cards already. Tasmanian Devil's going crazy upstairs. My dad bought me a steak for my birthday. Tomahawk steak. It's the first tomahawk steak I've ever had. It was awesome. And I came home and gave the bone to the dog with some leave-ins on the end, you know. I don't think she'd ever had a bone before. So we got her from the pound. She'd been at the animal shelter for a year. And she's only like 3 years old. So like a third of her life she spent in the pound. I don't think she ever had a bone before. Like I gave her this thing and I'm thinking like, shit, dog, give a dog a bone like this, you're gonna love it. And I just, like I made her sit and lay down and stuff and I gave her this thing and she just like kind of like set it down, looked at me, looked at the bone, looked back up at me and I'm like, go ahead, you can get it. And she just like, little lick, apprehension, looks up at me. I'm like, little bit of chewing. But it took her a good like probably 10 minutes of like just checking that thing out before she actually dove in and started going to town on it. I think it was her first bone. It was a huge one, man. I think it was 2 or 3 pounds. I don't remember. My dad told me how heavy it was, how much it weighed. I was surprised that it was huge. I was so full last night. My parents were on vacation for my birthday, so we just had to get together last night. But that is exactly what I want for my birthday. A steak. It's easy. There's all this, what do you want for your birthday? A steak. It's easy. Junior. Gold. Okamoto to 50. That is a really nice card. Very centered. Beautiful. I don't see any scratches on there. Man, that is a banger. True gold Okamoto. Oh, let's see. Blue Jays. Gotta sort this. Sorry. Going to Ryan. Connor Griffin for Camille. Murakami for PJ. Real Muto for Dom. Bubba. Vargas to 250. That one's going to PJ as well. You went into a Big Five, looking around, noticed they had a bunch of Topps products. Nice. Like, that's it? Well, what else does a man want? I don't know. I don't have anything I want. That's the problem. I guess it's a good problem, but, like, I'm a grown man now, so I don't need presents. I've been a proponent of not giving people cards for most of my life. It's a woman thing. Like, women like to give cards, and it's a nice thought and it's a nice gesture. But as a man, when it comes time for me to potentially buy someone a birthday card or a graduation card, or some people give out Christmas cards, It's all kinds of reasons. Valentine's Day, whatever. You know what I do? When it comes to, like, if it's a birthday or whatever, I make my own envelope and card and give them an extra $5. And I say, this is the price of the card. Here, you have it. Instead of giving it to this freaking Hallmark. What do you think about that? Should start doing it, shouldn't you? Exactly. Caglione Future Stars. I literally do that. PCA. I think cards are a waste of money. And you're like, but the thought, it's the thought that counts. Write it, handwrite it. More thought goes into that. Whoa. Whoa. White to 30, Luis Morales. That's a different looking one. Tory. The stage is like OC today. The heck? How could my stage of all stages be OC? I want to open some more Marvel cards. Are you a writer? I mean, yes. I was a lead singer of a rock band, so I wrote a bunch of songs. And I was and am really good at English. Like a straight A English student. Almost went to college for that. Kind of transitioned into communication and business, but I'm a pretty good writer. I've never written a novel or anything, but I can write poetry. Short stories. Tribute. 6 autos. But you know what I hate? Reading required material. I had a mystery and detective fiction class in college. And the whole class was like, okay, I think it was like 7 or 8 different books we had to read. And then, like, you know, do reports on them and all that kind of crap. Take a test. I didn't read one of them. Aced the class. I don't like when they're like, you gotta read this. I'm like, I read what I want. Early. Jensen on back. And Castellanos. Number to 50. Looking back on it, I don't know how I passed that class. Let alone aced it. I don't. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Because the teacher would talk about it. The stuff you're supposed to read. She'd just be like, here's what happened. And I'd be like, thanks. And then they'd test you on that. College is such a joke. Not hard. Soto. And a yount. Wow, that's a cool yount. Mark, you are... Did you get... Hold on. Brewers. Did you have the Brewers in a first break, too? I gotta pull this up and double check. That makes me scared that I did something wrong. You did. Okay. I mean, it is different. You just somehow got them. I guess it's a day to get the Brewers. What an image. Is he on a dirt bike? No way. That's so cool. Tribute. Nice T Pucky. Christian Moore to 150. Is that a red? Jeez Louise. That patch. 1 of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 color patch. With the stamp of approval. Rockies Chris Bryant. Exit. There's always so much room on a computer screen for all this information. Jackris, congratulations. You'll take it? Yeah, I'll bet you will. Beautiful. Beautiful patch. I'm sure ownership loved him on a motorcycle. That has to be after he retired, right? You're not allowed to do that. Another Rockies hit. That's a Hall of Fame Larry Walker relic auto to 99. Thick boy. Tribute to Threads. Nice. Back to back. No reason to fret if you get the Rockies in a break. Bryce Matthews on back. Vladdy. Whoa! Junior. That's on card to 99. Why is his foot on there? Is that a piece of... Tribute to cleats. Seems like there should be a cleat on the card. In the card and or on the card. But I get it. I've not seen one of those. That's a tough pull. $130. Beautiful. Having a heck of a season, David. You were fretting. I knew you were. I would have been too. Can we get to 200 likes? Could you do that for me, please? Thank you. Otani. And an Aaron Judge triple. There's a little pinstripe right there. Number to 150. Going to Bobby. Let's get some finest on the stage. Last box had 2 numbered cards. Let's see what we can get out of here. Tribute to Pine Tar. George Brett card. The announced decision from Topps today to combine college and NFL into Bowman U football as a standalone product is gone. I think it's a horrible. So wait, they were going to combine it into one product, but they said no. Well, for this, that's 3 different pieces. But it might be the same jersey, I would imagine. Murakami, Montgomery, Eldridge, Otani, Lou Bob in a rare parallel of Devers. Olsen refractor. Whoa! Finest futures. That's a crazy pull. Carson Bench. Look at how sweet that card is. Sean. Nasty boy. NFL plus college in Bowman now. I mean, that's what they did with basketball. That's what they did with basketball. You know why? Because Bowman U is not that popular. Mizorowski. So, like, as long, I mean, okay, so McGonigal. Here's a pro. They don't have women's football. So if you follow. Arise to 199. And Roman Anthony mini diamond. Like what they did with the NBA, combining it with college, getting some of those huge firsts along with, like it made it padded, but then they added the women's basketball in there. And then that brought it down. So with football, well, they won't be doing that part of it. So like you'll be able to get your Bowman football firsts and your good rookies. I think that will probably make it better because I don't want Bowman U stuff. That's just me. Like I don't really like Bowman U. Some people love it and that's fine. It's just not for me. But if they're going to combine it into one, I'll probably dabble. Like if it just would have came out Bowman U football, I wouldn't have bought any. Never have. But now, if you have the potential for the firsts and the rookies, now we're talking. I won't be excited. It's like super excited at first. But as it, like, because I don't know a lot of the college players. You got to be deep. You got to be deep into it. There's so many teams, so many positions, players to know. That's why it's like, it's kind of niche. Just like Bowman baseball. It's not as popular as like Topps Chrome or even flagship baseball. Dude, there are so many packs in this box. I guess that's right. It just seems like extra pack. Got the email saying, oh, I'm scared to look, Zach. I'm not going to look. I don't want to look. That'll just make me frustrated. At least they didn't offer cases this time. Big concern is the price will skyrocket because the NFL now being included. Yeah, maybe. Mathewson to 250 for Sean. And Mick Abel, that's to 100. A little blue shimmer piece for Christie. McNeil prism and Correa blue prism. You missed again, Michael. Sorry, man. The price is ridiculous. On a positive note, if you didn't win, hey, the price is ridiculous, so at least you don't have to pay that. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to find some kind of positive angle because I'm going to have to tell myself that pretty soon. I'll try it out on you. You let me know. Does it work? Would that help at all? Think about what you could have for out the door. What is it, like $700? Right, for at this price, it'll probably be like $1,200 retail. Think about what you could get for $700. Geez, these days, maybe a tank of gas. Jose Ramirez, gold plated and polished. 48 out of 50. That one's going to David. We got a Skeens refractor. Okamoto. Carson Williams. There's another Okamoto. That's Schlittler. Getting all the good rookies. Julio refractor. Brady House. And a Peyton Tolley, that's an orange. If you are colorblind and couldn't see for yourself. 11 of 25. Going to Derek. Nolan Ryan. Purple to 99. Ellie. We got fewer numbered cards in this box. It's crazy how they're not consistent. In the past, it seems like it's been more consistent with the amount of numbered stuff and hits and whatnot. But we did get a lower number. Like, we got the orange and gold. So, I think I'd take getting fewer hits, but lower numbered, if that was the choice. Now the good stuff. What you could get for $700. 700 Winkleman and Seymour autos. You got that right. Maybe more. Maybe 1,000. I don't know. You're just hoping your EQL goes up. Mine's up to at least 29 plus 29 chances. Mark McGuire to 75, italics. Mike's got the Cardinals. Congratulations. Man, that's a thick one. Let's... This one feels... Jose Altuve, orange color match to 25. AJ, congratulations. Beautiful. Spotless signatures. How about this? The relic autograph. Blue Pristine Wilderness. Is that what, was there a blue Pristine Wilderness? Maybe that's what we were... No, that's not blue. That's what you're talking about. Just the sky. And then that one is also not. Larry Walker again. That's a gold popular demand. 7 of 50 with the purple stripe. Hall of Famer Larry Walker. Well, David, congratulations. This card is like huge. Super thick piece. Heavy. Feel heavy. 24 Stadium Club. Freaking boring. I need to up the energy levels a little bit. Hold on. Somehow. Let's just default into a different theme genre. I'll try this. Think they'd be out of Larry Walker jerseys now. I don't know how many you can get out of a jersey. How many cards? You have a 1 of 2 and 2 of 2 Larry Walker relic bat pieces. That's cool. Not selected retro. Does the quantity have any effect on increasing chances? I don't think so, but who knows? I always try to get the maximum. Maybe it does. It doesn't say that anywhere. I think it's just entries because that's all on one entry. I'd assume it doesn't matter. It's just based on entries. So no one in the chat has gotten one. Everybody's been denied. Like, how many are they even offering? How many boxes? And does the rest just go to Tom Brady? This is something. Yeah, that's 8 of 25. Keith Hernandez. Just like a stain. It looks like a standard rainbow foil. But low number to 25 for Sean. Four entries or 4 boxes, Evan? David's ready to rage. Jeez. Oh. 12 24 of 25. Awesome hit. Kurt, nice, brother. Bo Jackson. Red auto to 25. Hot sauce. I'm putting that as the hot B. That is a sick card. Wow. This has been a tasty little box so far with the 2 cards numbered to 25. Otani. Green to 99. Willie Mays. Triumvirate. Where's the numbering on there? Oh, there it's on. Oh, it's to 50. 32 out of 50. That is special. You don't see these. You don't see these come out too often. What a box. Sean. Jason Dominguez rookie. Black and white, Francisco Alvarez. That's another nice card. You don't get those very often either. I like the green color with the black and white. Looks good. Casas lifting those heavyweights. Abreu refractor, rookie refractor. Mark Burley. I'd say 2 good autos. There you go, PJ. Can you explain how buying into a break works? Sure. So, join my Patreon group. If you join the Slammer tier, you get notified when I post a break and you can buy in. When you buy a spot, I do random spots. So everybody's name gets put into a randomizer, and then all the teams get put into a randomizer, and they go across from each other. So you get a random team, and all the spots are the same price that way. If you buy a pick your team break, some spots are going to be super expensive, and then some spots are going to be cheap. So I do random ones, and that's it. You just buy in, then I do the randomization, post it on Patreon, and then we rip. Ship your cards out to you. Get them in the mail next business day. Colton Cowser. Yella. Unnumbered Yella. It's his rookie, though. Bo Jackson's awesome, I know, isn't it? I love a Bo. I don't have any Bo autos. Like, 2 things in this break today, I've been like chasing. Bo auto, Hank Aaron auto. Beltre green, chrome. You can get bonus autographs out of this too. Rizzo refractor. Usually a box like this is the one that would have the bonus auto. Man, that's even a tough. This is a crazy box. This is one of the best boxes I've seen, actually, of 24 Stadium Club. Soderstrom rookie to 30. Let's bust out some more 40s. I'm not talking about OE. We've got 2 boxes left in break 2. Man, these breaks were loaded. First off, tier 1. Another Hank Aaron auto. Nah, just a Acuna on card to 100. Awesome. Steve, congratulations, man. That's a sweet hit. Tier 1 talent. Ronald Acuna Jr. auto. Jack Flaherty to 395. And Josh Hader to 299. Edward 40 hands, yeah. I want to play again sometime. It's been about 20 years, but I wouldn't mind playing another game. But there's got to be consequences. Usually Edward 40 hands ends with like just nothing. Like there should be consequences. I don't know what. Naked run. Well, guys, we don't really have the room for these hits. All that. We got room for 1. And another box. Inception 25. The randomization of 2 cards. If there's 2 players on a card, I used to go top to bottom, left to right on those, but now I just do a complete randomization between the 2 players on the card, those 2 teams. So Jim's got the Mets and John's got the Brewers. Jim and John go in a randomizer, and whoever is on top gets the card. When are you doing the Fanatics break? I don't know that I am going to. Pretty sure I said might. But I added a box of Fanatics to this break. Holy moly. It doesn't. We've gotten some good stuff today, and it is not over yet. Junior Caminero. Short print. And the hit. Cade Horton to 299. Fernando on back. And a 101. Printing plate. Jose Ramirez 101. Look at how sweet that printing plate is with the actual card back on there. Good Lord. David. Perfect time for a 40 point. Well, let's look at the hits. Actually, I do want to take a pic of that. Man, some sweet hits in this break. Goodness. Wow. Tags on back. Keith Hernandez. Oh shoot, you know what? I forgot to take my truck out of the barn. They says, you'll get a text at 3 o'clock confirming the delivery of your couch. Oh, really? Well, let's look at some hits. Mizorowski, mini diamond parallel. Abel to 100, Mathewson to 250, Nolan Ryan to 99, Arise to 199, Morales to 30, rookie auto, low numbered, Castellanos to 50, Roman Anthony mini diamond, PCA wild style, Christian Moore to 150, Vargas to 250, Realmuto to 150, Murakami X-Fractor, Griffin refractor, Burley autograph, black and white Alvarez, Willie Mays to 50, Horton to 299, Josh Hader to 299, Flaherty to 399, Okamoto to 50, Fanatical Bobby, Benj Finest Futures, Tolley to 25, Ramirez to 50, Soderstrom to 30, Hernandez to 25, Yount Auto to 50, Bryant 1 of 5, Walker to 99, game used, on card. Look at that. Junior Caminero to 99. That's a tough pull. Tribute to cleats. I mean, look at that. Awesome set of cleats. Nothing special about it, really. Aaron Judge to 150. Mark McGuire to 75. Altuve to 25. Another Larry Walker popular demand. On-card game used to 50. Ronald Acuna Jr. to 100. Bo Jackson to 25. And a 1-of-1 printing plate. Jose Ramirez. I mean, that's a nasty break. A glorious break. Leading us into football, which I'm going to have to do the randomization and all kinds of that. So hold on just a second. Hold your horses just a second. Got to grab the names, put them into a spreadsheet, do the randomization. All right, got the names situated. This is 11:31. And we'll do the randomization. All right, check this out. Come on over with me. Break number 2 off of there. This is actually break number 3. All right, so we got the team list. We're mixing it up 5 times. As is tradition, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy that, put it in the randomize tab. Head on over to the buy-ins, mix them up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we bring them over to random.org for one final official randomization. Roll the dice 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. We bring these back over to the randomize tab and put them across from the randomized teams. And we are mixed up and ready to go. Let me read the names off for you, and then I'll put the link in the chat. Put this in A to Z. Cardinals, Gavin. Falcons, Kurt R. Ravens, Chris N. Bills, Lucas B. Panthers, Camille S. Bears, Warren R. Bengals, Michael P. Browns, Justin L. Cowboys, Joshua D. Broncos, Mark M. Lions, Eric F. Packers, Leslie M. Texans, Camille. Colts, Michael W. Jaguars, Jonah P. Chiefs, Chris N. Raiders, Bobby B. Chargers, Justin L. Rams, John B. Dolphins, Gregory H. Vikings, Bobby B. Patriots, Nathan P. Saints, Camille. Giants, Michael R. Jets, Michael R. Eagles, Warren R. Steelers, Sam G. Niners, Joe P. Seahawks, Bria H. Bucks, Anthony C. Titans, Camille, and Commanders, Matthew E. And I'll drop that into the chat so you can double check if you need to. There it is. I'm going to take this pinned comment off here. What's up, Muck City? You ready for Saturday? Me and Muck City having a little party on Saturday with our 10 closest friends. Okay, I think we're good to go. We'll do the break number 4 when we get to it after this break. Flagship football. It got retracted. Did I delete the wrong thing? Oh, I deleted the wrong thing. My bad. Here we go. Link is in the chat. Good luck, everybody. Here's our silver. What do you think? Dessert first or dessert last? Break number 3. Where'd that go? I swear I put it up there. There. No, we're doing a fantasy football draft. It's Mux's league. But it's at my house. Cubby's coming over early, Mux. What time are you going golfing with those guys? Any idea about when you're going to be done? I got Cubby coming over at like 2. No, I didn't watch the Cade debut game. I was busy. Can't remember what I was doing. Partying. Yeah, it was the poker tournament day. What happened, Rip City? Be there after golf. Should be around 4. Okay. That seems late. Like, what time you guys starting? Aren't you starting it early? 9? But I mean, actually, that's about when I expected. Mux Schmitty texts me. He goes, "Can I show up Friday at 5, or is that too early?" I didn't respond. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? Are you excited? Let's see what we can pull out of here. We got some high-end stuff in this break. I'll show you. Well, this box right here is very nice. 3 autographs. Pulled some filth out of those boxes already. Lad. This is my guy. You gonna do a little more caulking first? All right. I'm gonna hold you to it this time. I guess I don't need to put them up there, but I don't know. Brian Burns. Did have a fantasy football draft on Sunday. Has anybody else dabbled? Should we talk about it? Dalton Kincaid. There's a gold. It's to 2026. I had the 8th pick. And since it was the first draft, there was a lot of scrambling going on, trying to figure out, like, I haven't even done a practice draft. Well, I did one practice draft, but didn't count. It was like an AI one. It wasn't like a real one. But you gotta, like, one of the most important things is to know your actual pick numbers. So, like, how many people are in your league, and if your pick, like, 8, what's your pick coming back around, and then back around, and then back around, so you can go in and, like, look at who's going to be available approximately at that next upcoming spot. Ring of Honor, Joe Flacco. Lad is our hometown celeb, says Jose. That's cool. Appreciate the super chat. You get any good picks? So I had number 8, which is like one of the worst spots to be at. I mean, it's tough to say, honestly, like, what the worst spot is to have this year. But it was a 14-team league, too, so it was pretty deep. Most leagues are 12 teams, but the 14-team leagues are a lot different. Like, you'll look at your team at the end of a 14-teamer and just be like, I guess it's okay. Mine, I would think I got, like, the ESPN app graded it a B, but that thing's stupid anyway. And it's never accurate. Throughout the course of the season, you don't know who's going to get injured. Carson Beck. Lemon. So I got St. Brown with the 8th pick. There's my boy Concepcion. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the number 8 pick. People are so stupid in home leagues. It's crazy. And you can really take advantage if you know what you're doing. Don't draft a quarterback early. Don't draft a tight end early. Obviously, don't draft a defense or kicker early. There were 2 quarterbacks gone, like, I think in the first round. and then 2 tight ends shortly after. So within the first, like pretty much the first round, there were 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends taken. I'm just like, thank you. All that does is by the time it comes back around to you, you have the pick of the litter. There's the autograph, Brett Favre. Favre champions, Super Bowl champions autograph. I think we'll take that. Packers. Well, Leslie, did you think maybe there's a chance I'll get a Favre auto? You weren't thinking that. I wasn't. 2 court, yeah. Oh, this just. But that's why you love a good home league, because they always take quarterbacks too early. The quarterbacks are so deep this year that you can literally wait till like the third to last pick. It should go. I mean, in an ideal, like if you really know what you're doing, your last 3 picks should probably be like quarterback, defense, kicker. You did? Now, if you're going to wait that long, you should maybe your last, like your third and fourth last pick should be quarterback, just to make sure. I mean, because one of them might not be good, 2 of them might not, but both of them might not be. You don't know, but it just seems ultra deep this year. Let's see, St. Brown with the first pick. Who is the second? I'll just pull it up. 14 teams. All right, here it is. All right, so St. Brown with the 8th overall pick. Joe Burrow got taken with the 7th pick. It's that kind of league. So then on the way back, I got Kenneth Walker. It was Kenneth Walker or Omarion Hampton or Olave or A.J. Brown. I think Kenneth Walker is going to do just fine this year. So I actually like that. I'm okay with that. I wanted Chase Brown. I was hoping he'd sneak back down. I was 1 pick away from getting Saquon. I could have had Chase Brown or Saquon, but didn't quite work out. Josh Allen, Burden, Washington, and Thomas. Nobody in that pack. Let's try another one. I feel like that wasn't the best box, although the Favre auto, much better than just getting some random relic. Burrow at 7. I know, Andy. It's so absurd that it's like, I don't even know what to say. It's that absurd. But it always happens in home leagues, man. You got like a couple of people who either have no idea what's going on at all, and maybe there's more than a couple. Maybe there's like half a dozen. Usually it's like that. And they recognize a couple names, or they have some kind of plan going in. I don't know why you would take Burrow, but anyhow. So Kenneth Walker, number 2. Coming back around is kind of tough because I don't really want to spill all the beans, but I will. Who cares? Who cares? I'll just spill all the beans right now about what to do this year. 14 team league. I have to keep saying that because most are 12 or 10. So it's going to be different. Running backs dry up real quick this year. Elite running backs. If you do not have 2 good running backs by the end of the 3rd round, you're in trouble. You're in pretty big trouble because there's going to be a run on the remaining good running backs. And you're not going to have like a pure number one. And so if you don't have a pure number one as your second running back, that's really going to hurt your team. Now he might, like, who knows about injuries? One thing you have to remember is injuries happen to running backs more than any other position. And it's also the easiest position to just like pick up their backup regardless of the name if it's in a good system, and you'll get production. Yeah, don't you be listening, Mux. Mux knows everything anyway. He don't need me to tell him. So I ended up getting Breece Hall in round 3. And I'm not a huge Breece Hall guy. I've had him before. Sometimes he's really good, but at least he catches passes. And if you're in a PPR league, having a running back catches passes is a cheat code. And there's not that many of them. There's most will maybe catch 1 or 2 if you're lucky. But like to have a guy that can catch 5, 6 of them, that's a game changer. So I grabbed Breece Hall, whatever. I mean, I wanted Bucky. Bucky was the pick before. And then, so here's, if round 1 and 2, you get your running back situation taken care of, here's the guys that are left from a wide receiver standpoint that you can pick from. Malik Neighbors, Zay Flowers, George Pickens, Teteroa McMillan, Devonta Smith, Ibuka, J-Mo, Waddle, Devonta Adams. Like, there's tons of wide receivers still left. Guess what running backs you get to pick from? Kinshawn Junkins, Scattaboo, splitting time now. All these, Tootin, Swift, Price, Henderson, Montgomery. Who would you take out of all those guys? Out of the ones I just named. If you have to, like, you're gonna, because those are the only guys left, and those are like 2 rounds worth of running backs. Anyway, I took Montgomery. At least I know what I'm getting out of him. He doesn't catch passes, but that's my number 3 running back. So just to show you, like, if you would have went like wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, any of those positions in the first 3 rounds, you're left with scraps in the 4th round on for running backs. Of course, maybe some things can happen, and one of those running backs loses like a backup and they end up being a bell cow or something. It's possible. But you don't want to have to rely on that happening to have a good team. Dallas Goedert, Eagles tight end, and that's my tight end, Goedert. This is why you wait on tight end, because you can get Goedert late. He got a lot of touchdowns last year. No A.J. Brown. Who's going to catch the passes? Devonta Smith, all of them. He's not there's not even a name for like a workhorse wide receiver. You know, he's not a guy who's just gonna like game in, game out, get 10 plus targets. I mean, maybe he will this year. That's what, like, he's projected to have that happen, because they don't have much, I guess. Barkley's gonna catch some more passes. But that's a big question mark. Like, if you look at even last year, or think about the best running backs to come out of the draft the last several years, and then think about their rookie season, the anticipation fantasy football draft style of grabbing those guys because they're a supposed gonna get all the looks as a rookie. It never happens that way. It's never like Ashton Genty's just gonna get 30 touches. Like, it never happens that way. Omarion Hampton, he's the guy. Never happens that way. Even like Bijan. Like, Bijan coming in as a rookie didn't even get, like, they work these guys in over the course of like 2 years before they're any kind of bell cow. Like, usually it's like year 3 by the time you get bell cow type numbers and attempts and looks and rushes and even catching passes. So I don't want to take that gamble, especially on a bad team. That's one of the things you really have to consider when you're talking about your running back. Are they on a good team or a bad team? All the skill in the world doesn't matter if you're on a bad team and you're not going to be running the ball. Teams don't run the ball in the second half if they're down by sometimes, like, if they're down at all, like 3 points, they just start chucking. Kyren Williams. So you want your running back, your number one, number two running back, to be on a team that's good, that's going to be. So you actually have to like go through and kind of look at their schedule and see, like, first of all, are we playing against a good rushing defense? That's another thing. You could have a good team, but you're going against good rushing defense. So they're going to change your game plan. Kyren Williams wild card. We've pulled a few of those wild cards. Let's go into John. And the Goddard tight end going to Warren. So then round 4, I got Ladd. Because it was like him or now the quarterbacks start going. But this is where there's tons of wide receivers. So you have your pick of the litter in round 4 for wide receivers. Almost anyone you take is going to be a solid number 2. Solid, like upside number 2 wide receiver on your team, on your fantasy team, if not a number 1. Like you could technically get 2 number 1 wide receivers in round 4 and 5. So don't blow your stack early on wide receivers thinking like, I got to get. No, there's tons of them. Loveland. It's nice having a guy who's going to get like 10 plus targets a game. And that's what you should focus on. But there's a reason why the running backs are all pushed up this year. Seahawks gold. Bria. Congratulations. Fantasy football's a drug. Fantasy baseball's a drug. So I grabbed Ladd in the 4th because listen to the guys you have to choose from in the 4th round for wide receivers. And this is in a 14-team league. Devontae Smith, Ibuka, Waddle, J-Mo, McConkey, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin, Rome Odunze. You could just, any one of those guys is fine. There's not one that really stands out above the others. They're all kind of in decent spots, good spots. Josh Hines Allen. So then the play is, okay, now what I do in the 5th round? Well, if you need a running back in the 5th round still, good luck. Because it don't look good. Starting to not look good, but there are still wide receivers available. Cortland Sutton, that's a number 1. Luther Burden, Marvin Harrison Jr., DK Metcalf, Alec Pierce. There's tons of like fine to good wide receivers. But this is when people start taking tight ends and like, cause they already have a couple of wide receivers. So like you get your pickings. You could even still get DeAndre Swift in the 5th as a running back. There are still running backs there too. It's weird how it goes. So I got David Montgomery in the 5th. Doesn't catch passes. At least he didn't. He can. Emmanuel Henderson Jr. Rainbow foil. But you can get Hurts in the 5th round. And that was my choice. It was Jalen Hurts. So grab your quarterback now. Or you still need a flex. If you grab a quarterback or a tight end in the 5th round or before, it's a mistake in my opinion. I don't care what the name is you're looking at. I don't care how elite you think your tight end is. You don't have your flex filled, and then you got to go into the next round, round 6, to get your flex. And it doesn't look that good from a guy that you have to start every single week. It's okay, and you can tell yourself that it's going to be fine, but it's starting to get pretty thin. You can grab Jackson Dart in the 6th, but you shouldn't. You can get Trevor Lawrence in the 6th. I don't think you should. Stafford, wait. Just too early. Like, if you're in a pro league, you're going to have tons of quarterbacks available up into the 7th, 8th round. If you're in like a legitimate league where people know what they're doing. If you're not, then the best quarterbacks available are going to be like Jackson Dart, Trevor Lawrence. And I don't think you should. I think you can pay for somebody else later. Let's switch things up a bit. Oh, we got the silver pack still to do too. And then we're going to go into the resurgence. Change defense every week. Yeah, that's what you should do. You shouldn't be paying up for a defense. You should just stream. Stream them. What do they call that? I forget. Whatever. Just pick up one on a fly. Ted Hurst, Washington, Xavion, Smith and Jigba, and McMillan. Same with kickers. The only exception is if you got a really sharp league, I think it might be a good idea to pick up Aubrey a little early. A little earlier than you might, like a kicker last round in almost every scenario. Unless Aubrey's available in like, I don't know, like the 10th, 12th round, something like that. Which he probably won't be. Because he can kind of be a game changer. Especially if you have a league that gives 6 points for 60-yarders. Yeah, Aubrey's a beast, and usually kickers don't get hurt as much, so it's like a little bit safer. That's going to be a high-scoring offense. He's just going to put up. He's going to get tons of points. Let me see. Oh, there it is. They grabbed. See, I was starting to think about maybe grabbing Aubrey in the 10th round, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe like 11. Maybe next, like the 11th round, I will. The pick after me in the 10th was Aubrey. So I get Justin Herbert in round 9. See what I mean? Like, new offensive coordinator, weapons, good team, good coach. Don't have to spend any draft capital on them. Already have my whole team and backups for everybody by then. You could get Patrick Mahomes in the ninth round. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Caleb Williams. These are Jordan Love. These are all guys you can get 10th round and later for your quarterback. Tyler Shuck, sleeper. You can get him way late. Malik Williams, if you want to take a risk. This is the Resurgence Hobby Box. And there's Neighbors to 275. A little color match action. Let's go into Mike. Dart. Oh my gosh. Jadion Blue with a huge piece. Resurgence Rookie Relic Signatures. That's numbered to 75. Enormous. With a purple SIG. That's interesting. You don't see that a whole lot. Here, let's get him up there. The horizontals are taking over. Gotta have Dak. Yeah, I had Dak, I think last year, and it wasn't good. I've had Dak before, and it's not. Like, where do you gotta pay? Like, what do you gotta pay to get Dak? See, he was a 7th round pick in our league, and that's stupid. That's just stupid. There's so many guys you can have after him that are like, that are gonna be just as good or could be better. You know what I mean? Like, you'd never really know how the season's gonna go. So it's just it's all speculation right now. Everything can change. Everything can be different. It's a sweet dart. Conductors. You know, all it takes is like your left guard to go down. The whole offense is screwed. Or something like that. Like offensive lineman going down. Like, all right, well, season's over. Assuming you don't have depth, which you probably don't. Dylan Gabriel of the Browns going to Justin. It's one thing if your running back goes down. That's kind of plug and play. Just plug some guy off that's like working at 7-Eleven. Just grab him, you know, like it's almost that easy for a running back. But if a 400-pound man monster gets hurt, like, you can't just go grab that guy from the street. Malachi Starks to 275. Shuck to 425. We're numbering cards to 425. Cooper Dijon to 420. We're numbering them to 425 all day long. Look at it. Will Campbell to 225. That's the base. That's the refractor. Genty refractor. It's his rookie refractor. Yeah, I mean, Wong, like, in the past, every year's different. That's not a bad strategy. But for this year, if you did that, you're not going to be satisfied with your running backs. Like, if you did that this year, let's say, I guess it kind of matters what pick you have. But assuming you go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, the running backs you're left with, like, okay, Cam Scadaboo's going to be your number one running back. That sucks. You're going to lose. That's all there is to it. Because he's not the workhorse by default this year. He's actually going to be like splitting carries. And he's also not good. Not that good. Like we just got done talking about with, like, you could grab a running back off of the street and plug him in, which teams do all the time because running backs get hurt all the time. So that goes to your like, I go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, and that makes sense in that context. Like, yeah, okay, what am I going to waste my draft capital on a running back that's going to get hurt? Happens all the time. So from that angle, I understand. But from the angle of, you got to at least have a starting running back on your team for your 2 running back positions plus a flex. Like you got, if you go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, you got your flex taken care of already, and that feels good. But you're in big trouble with your running backs. Can you overcome the disparity of what you will have as a positive in terms of running wide receivers and what the opponent will have as a positive with their running backs? They'll also have good wide receivers because there's tons of them. Alrighty. But then again, like you can't lock yourself into a strategy. You got to be flexible because people do all kinds of crazy, stupid things during the draft. So you got to be able, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's available. If that goes against your strategy, you know, you got to grab him. Yeah, but the thing about that, Wong, is it's hard to be. There's a lot of inconsistency there. Like, yeah, 1 week he might grab a touchdown, but since he's got no yards or no catches, it's just you can get a 0 out of him if he doesn't get a touchdown, or maybe like a 2-point week or something. You want a guy who can do it all: catch passes, 3 down back, and a goal line back. And there's only like a few guys like that. Drops off. Like everybody starts to get warts after round 3. You get into round 4 and you start seeing warts on all the players. I mean, there's still good players and you're still going to be fine as long as what you need is a wide receiver. If you still need a wide receiver in round 4, you feel great. You're just like, this is the greatest team I've ever drafted. Because there's plenty of them available. Yeah, I've done it all, Dirk. Can you get a piece of a helmet from NFL cards? Probably. But it would be like a tough pull, an insane pull, I would imagine. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get a piece of a helmet. Like, I've been involved in pro leagues, fantasy football, and to see how the pros draft, and also when you listen to commentary, do a lot of research and see how, like, people who know what they're doing, their draft strategies, it's going to look a little weird. But when it's all said and done, like, if you're drafting with a group of pros, pro minds, they're waiting on quarterback forever, and tight end unless it's Bowers or McBride. Those guys are kind of game changers. So like you could reach. I would not go first round, but if you're like midway through the second round and you feel like reaching, I guess you could, but I wouldn't. I'd let someone else do that. All right, we're going to start flying through this base because there's a lot of base cards. Jalen Johnson, rainbow foil. He's got to be sorted multiple times, so don't worry. All the rookies are going to be picked out of here. And inserts and parallels. Everything else good. How about a golden mirror? Let's ask for that. Green Eagles card. 42 of 99. What is this? Oh, that's a weird one. Just throw that in the trash. Because, you know, like the number one thing that will win you a league is when you wait on quarterback and the guy you pick or the guy you pick up off the waivers or whatever ends up being like, usually what happens is, I mean, I can just think of all kinds of such scenarios that this has happened over the last several years or freaking decades, is the quarterback goes down, or like, with like, use Drake May as an example last year. If you would have drafted Drake May, he would have been a late pick, and he would win you the league if you had him. That's exactly what happened to me in the 14-team league. Waited on quarterback, drafted him way late. He ended up being a super stud that won you the league. Almost every year that happens. Not necessarily like in the same way, like things happen in different ways. But to find a guy like, and usually it's like a young quarterback who's got some wheels, but maybe you don't think of him like a Lamar, but they end up scoring rushing touchdowns. And the whole reason why that works that way is because you didn't spend your draft capital on that, like just a guy, like a quarterback who's like good, but maybe might not have a great year if something happens to the offensive line, like Joe Burrow or, you know, any number of them. Like even Lamar is taking a step back. It could even happen to Josh Allen. Like if you're wasting your early pick on Josh Allen, when you could have had a guy that gives you something close, like 7 rounds later. Krotsky Merritt. Field fit swatch. Is that it for this box? Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. Well, let's see what's in here. Got a Breaker's Delight box. Get about, I don't know, 5-6 stands out there. 2025. Good luck. Maxwell Harrison. Oh boy, already we got a redemption. It's probably going to be good. You're due to receive. Rookie finest autograph, blue geometric parallel of Tyler Shuck. Not bad. Not bad at all. Followed by a Nico Collins auto. Flashback autograph. All right, so Camille, you have the Saints. Congratulations on that. Nico going to Camille again. Oh my goodness, this is your box. And Maxwell. Huh. Lucas. Brock Bowers to 25. That's a rare to 25. Javonte Williams to 150. Trey Harris to 20. The low numbered stuff. Malik Neighbors to 75. And a Brock Purdy to 99. Emmitt Smith to 250. I forgot how much numbered stuff was in here. I wish this song was never made. Makes me so mad. Not gonna put you through that. This one sucks too. Next. Where can I buy the penny sleeves you're using? Cardshells.com. Shells with a Z. Use the code Stryker26. You get a one-time discount to make it count. There's a ridiculous number of numbered stuff out of that box. Hey, while you're there, if you're picking up those sleeves, get these 40-point top loaders. These are a game changer. 35-point is the standard thickness. They made them just a tiny bit thicker. Like a micron more space in there, and the cards just glide in so easily, and it holds them in place too. It's just the perfect thickness. And they have the UV coating, blocks all the UV light. Or 99.9% of it or whatever. All right. Final box of break number 3, Jumbo. Let's do it first. Give us an autograph. Smith and Jigba. McMillan. Green auto. Garrett Wilson. Color match. That's pretty sweet. Going to Mike. 76 of 99. Concepcion. Yeah, that's the best part about those 40s, is they slide in a little bit easier, but the cards still stay in there. Like if you put a 55-point, if you use 55-point top loaders for cards that are too thin, they can just slide right out. So these 40s are like the perfect medium point. Can't believe these people haven't called me yet. Starting to get mad again. Texted them, set the whole thing up, then called them to confirm. To the good part. Brock Bowers. Oh, I don't know what that is. Rainbow foil. Chase Brown gold to 2026. Pacheco sand glitter and oh wow, that is a sweet looking card. 26 out of 150 Conference Kings. Josh Jobe. Going to Bria. Sweet. Looks like a Panini parallel, doesn't it? Another gold, dude. These jumbos. Wandale Robinson to 2026. Jalen Carter. Logan Jones, sand glitter. Oh, team border. Kenyon Sadiq. This is the first Jets team border I've seen. Going to Mike. Butker. Ken says, anyone else think the cards for NBA update was a little thicker than regular Chrome? I didn't open enough of that to really know, man. I do have some more. I got some blaster boxes my buddy hooked me up with. Thank you, Todd. So I got some blaster boxes at Topps Update. I might have to rip those. Make a little video. Mansour Delaney. And man, that is the third gold out of this. They just come out at such a high clip. And tootin'. What's this? Dicky. Bucky. Field Fit Swatch. Going to Anthony. JSN in a sand glitter. Well, they can do unlicensed caramel. But the Panini stuff that they make that's unlicensed, it's still a lot of money. So why would you want to spend a lot of money on an unlicensed product when you can just maybe spend a little bit more and get the good stuff? St. Brown. Rattler. Rainbow foil. It's the same with Upper Deck. Like, they make the multi-team products. Goodwin Champions. They have baseball stuff in there. But it's unlicensed. It just doesn't look right. But if you're talking about, like, when are they going to get the license back? Or it would be sweet if they got the license back and they could just make, yeah. But John Randall to 99. At the same time, there's Jordan Addison to 99. Like, you don't want too much stuff. Like, it's already pretty watered down. You add a bunch of non-licensed, or let's say they give out 2, 3, 4 more licenses to make stuff. That's way too much, and everything is watered down, and then we're in Junk Wax 2.0. As much as people like to say it's Junk Wax 2.0, it's not. They actually keep a pretty tight lid on production. Everybody's complaining that they can't find stuff to open and rip, and it gets too expensive and gets jacked up. It's like, that's because they're keeping the production relatively stable and low. If they could print anything to the moon they wanted. But they don't, because they learned their lesson to an extent with Junk Wax 1.0. Like, we'll never really get back to Junk Wax 2.0. We'll never get to that point. Because it's, I mean, it could be something that they call Junk Wax 2.0, but it is not similar to the first Junk Wax era. First Junk Wax era didn't have numbered parallels or inserts. I mean, maybe like in the early 90s when they started inserts, that was junky. But the invention of parallels and adding autographs and relic hits and super short prints and case hits and stuff like that, there's more to open. Like, if you go back and open like a 1986 box, you're just so freaking boring. Just base cards. And then you open another box and it's just the same base cards. That's super boring. That's junk. I mean, it's fun to go back in time and do that. That's not what I'm saying. But you compare it to nowadays when there's actually chase cards. Or even like in the mid 90s when they started actually making inserts that were tougher to hit. There's our boy, Aubrey. Reach for Aubrey. We got one more break. Show you the hits, and then we'll do it again. Lad Rainbow Foil, Eagles to 99, Dejan to 425, Shuck to 425, Williams to 150, Seahawks Gold to 50, Neighbors to 275, Starks to 275, Harris to 20, Campbell to 225, Purdy to 99, Smith to 250, Neighbors to 75, Bowers to 25, Addison to 99, Bucky Field Fit Swatch, Sadiq Jets Border, Blue 275, enormous patch auto. Goddard auto, Gabriel auto to 250, JCM, Kyron Williams wild card, Nico auto, Harrison finest rookie autograph, Randall auto to 99, Garrett Wilson auto to 99, Concepcion, Job to 150, Conference Kings parallel, Brett Favre autograph, Super Bowl champions auto, and Tyler Shuck blue geometric rookie auto. And now we do it again. Let's run it back. What do you say we run it back? I got to get the names, put them in a spreadsheet. Bear with me for just a moment. We're going to do the randomization here live. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. Looks like we might have a couple of spots where the credit card payment didn't go through. We do. We got 2 spots opened up. I'm going to open it up right now. I'll drop the link for you. 2 spots available. You better act fast because these are going to get gobbled up. Link is in the chat. 2 spots left. 2 spots opened up. They gone. All right, here we go. Break 4. Got the buy-ins. Got the teams. Randomize the teams first 5 times, as is tradition. Round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy the names, put them in the randomize tab. Go over to the buy-in list, mix those up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy those, bring them over to random.org, drop them down, roll the dice. 9. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And copy these. Put them across from the randomized teams. Put them in A to Z order. And I will read these off. Arizona. Hold on. Arizona, Eric. Falcons, Camille. Ravens, Patrick T. Bills, Daniel C. Panthers, Ron G. Bears, Joshua D. Bengals, Anthony C. Browns, David H. Cowboys, Brock D. Broncos, Revis I. Lions, Kurt R. Packers, Joel C. Texans, Camille. Colts, Camille. Jaguars, Camille. Chiefs, Sheridan. Raiders, Joshua D. Chargers, Lucas B. Rams, Michael S. Dolphins, Leslie M. Vikings, Damian B. Panthers, David H. Saints, Wade M. Giants, Camille. Jets, Skyler. Eagles, Christy. Steelers, Shane A. Niners, Joe P. Seahawks, Eric. Bucks, Camille. Titans, Christian. And Commanders, Kurt. I'll drop a link in the chat. Here it comes. Link in the chat. Here we go. Break 4. You guys ready? So back to the draft recap. We got St. Brown, Walker, Breece Hall, Ladd McConkey, David Montgomery, and then round 6. What to do now? Well, I got my 3 running backs taken care of, so I feel pretty good. But at this point, I only got, I kind of have everything. So here, now it's all about backups. And there's a ton of good backups to get. Like, if you don't want to get a backup and you want to spend your draft capital on a quarterback or a tight end at this point, you can do that. Jeremiah Love. Lamar. It's a good one. You put him up on the stage. For break 4, you sure it's break 4? Just send me an email if something's wrong. There was a couple of payments that got declined. That's why we had to sell 2 more spots. So that might have happened. Or just some kind of issue with the payments. But if that ever happens and like it gets temporarily held or whatever on your card, that drops off. Should drop off like next business day or very soon. I appreciate that, Camille. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought these breaks are a pretty good deal. There's a ceiling, good floor, good ceiling for the price. Montgomery's Houston's lead back now. I've watched him for the last few years playing for the Lions, and he's been playing behind Gibbs, and when any playing time he gets, he maximizes it, dude. He is a hard runner. He just, like, his floor or his ceiling is kind of limited because he doesn't catch a lot of passes, but he can catch passes. I've seen him do it. It's good enough. He's like a good enough pass catcher to get. Realistically, he'd get 3-4 a game. That's not outside the realm of possibilities. And if that's the case, then he's going to be, instead of a 5th rounder or a 6th rounder, depending on what size your league is, could be like a 3rd round return. Because he gets the goal line work. He's Wong's kind of running back. Whatever happened to Joe Mixon? I don't know. I think they just waived him or something. Joe Mixon's NFL career is reportedly coming to an end after a severe, mysterious foot injury that caused him to miss the 2025 season. So I guess his career's over. The life of a running back. Wow, look at this run right here. Nothing. There's our gold. Blake Miller, offensive tackle. Rookie offensive tackle. Ooh. Conference Kings, Ernest Jones. For the Seahawks. Going to Eric. Hey, Nathan, I'm good. How are you? Judkins. One of the funny things about going into the football season is everybody has their own idea in their brain. Like your brain makes these little stories and narratives up. And you go like, oh, well, this and this happened, therefore this and that. And you like kind of deduce how the season's going to go down for any particular team. Maybe all the teams. Maybe you're like really big into fantasy and you know kind of the trajectory of all the teams. What they added, what they took away, the new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, new head coach, new management, new players, high draft picks, sneaky sleepers, like all the things. And you have this narrative in your head of like, you know how everything's going to go down this year. And then after week 1, completely flipped upside down. You have no idea. There's going to be so many guys that have there's going to be like a handful of guys who like we didn't even think could do what they're doing. And they did. Like just possibilities that you didn't even expect. Best team could get blown out in week 1. The team you thought was just going to be like, meh, not very good. Just destroy the other team, like championship caliber level team. You just have no idea. Guys you think are going to be good are going to put up pathetic performances. And guys that you didn't think are going to be very good are going to have huge games. Oh, good. I didn't have surgery, Carmel. I didn't even go to the doctor. I just walked it off, literally. I rubbed a little dirt on it and walked it off. It took about a month. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm about back to normal. Still a little bit. Every once in a while, like if I move it the wrong way, it doesn't feel great, but it's almost back to normal. Almost 100%. More like 90. Thank you for asking, though. All right. Well, that box, we got a relic out of it, so it doesn't feel like as good of a hobby. Jeremiah Love will play. Maybe we get an auto out of this one. That one friend that did no research will win the league. Or, I mean, usually you don't win the league if you do no research, unless you're in a snake draft league. If you're in a snake draft league and you can just grab the next best guy, you have just as good of a chance as anyone, pretty much. Unless it's like, I mean, there are situations where, you know, like as long as you're not auto drafting, like if you actually can pick and then fill in the spots of need, and you just go with what like the pre-draft rankings say, you're gonna be fine. But if you auto draft 5 quarterbacks, maybe not. You should have seen how some of those guys are drafted. Laughable. I am just like Wolverine, Mike. Wait till I make this somehow look like Wolverine. Wow, Ken, I bet you feel a lot more knowledgeable. You probably feel like you're right in it. That's what it takes. For those of you who are new to the hobby and you're like, oh, this is so overwhelming, I don't know if I'll ever understand it. 1 year. The reason why 1 year is because they typically keep the same releases year after year. Maybe they add like one on Tops.com, like something different, like the Japan one this year, the Samurai one, or something a little bit different. They might add 1 or something, 1 or 2 like that, but pretty much the releases are the same, and they're usually the same time of year too. So like, you know, you're gonna get Series 1 first in baseball, and you kind of know what to expect with that because it's gonna be massively produced for a reason. Klubnik, Hurst, St. Brown, and Daniels. And then you just kind of take it from there. And by year 2, you remember and you know what's coming, and you know which releases are favored, which ones are more anticipated, more popular. Pretty much a pro by year 2. Oh. 91 Topps football autograph. Arvel Reese. I thought that was, it's not bad. It looked like it was going to be something a little fancier with that back. Reese going to Camille right away. It's paying off for you already, all those spots. Crickets. All the base cards get sorted out, and you take out all the rookies and inserts and parallels and SPs and all that. So you got to sort through them, grab all that stuff, and then all that stuff gets distributed, and all the rest of the base cards get randomly distributed. Trevor Lawrence. But this is a break, so if you don't know what a break is, feel free to ask. I'll explain it. Trey Harris. To 2026. We got a gold. And we got Ty Simpson. And then Cam Ward. Jalen McMillan. Rainbow foil. And here comes the desert. Let's switch it up. Let's do some resurgence. Explain how a break works. In football, there's 32 teams. In baseball, there's 30. So in football, there's 32 spots. Everybody buys in, and then I put everybody's name in a randomizer, and I put all the teams in a randomizer, and then I copy and paste them across from each other, and you get a random team. Whatever team you get all the cards, except for the base veteran cards. So all the rookies, inserts, relics, autographs, short prints, all the stuff that matters. Base cards don't have any value. So like those ones just get randomly distributed. So like you get all the, like if you have the Browns, you get that Judkins card and all the rookies and inserts and parallels and anything even remotely good. And then there's going to be a stack of base cards, and then I just like slide a few into each pack if there's room. Well, Topps Chrome is a good one, Dom. But here's the thing you got to know. The more quote-unquote value that's inside of these packs, the more expensive the boxes are going to be. So, like, what are you in it for? Are you in it to have a good time? Just open some cards? You can still get awesome cards out of this flagship. Like this, it's called flagship for a reason. Because this is the set. Like when you look back down the road, 20 years from now, it's going to be like, I want the guy's Topps Chrome rookie, #1, and then I want his flagship rookie, #2. I mean, we can talk about autos and parallels all day long, but just from like a base standpoint, or even like a base parallel standpoint, that's what you want. You want the flagship rookie, you want the Topps Chrome rookie. Now, there's all kinds of other releases that come out and all kinds of other things that have value. Like, we're opening Resurgence right now. This is a fairly new release, so I don't know exactly how the value of these kind of cards is going to translate, but you get a lot more numbered cards out of here, and numbered cards of the good players are where all the money's at. All the money goes to the top. The #1 quarterback that we're chasing, like, all the money's going to go to Mendoza. And then it's going to trickle down from there to the other good quarterbacks and then the good position players, etc. So, you know, you look back and you might be like, okay, well, a Resurgence Matthew Stafford card, umpteenth year, not going to be worth that much. Well, it wouldn't be in flagship anyway, necessarily. It might have some value, though, but if you get that card in a parallel, now we start getting some value. The lower numbered parallel, the more value you get. Jalen Noel to 375. So, like, you'll see out of here, out of this hobby box, we're going to get guaranteed autograph, 2 of them, right? 2 guaranteed autographs out of here. So there's the value, a lot, like right there, you know you're getting autographs. As opposed to a hobby box, it's way cheaper. For a hobby box of flagship, it's way cheaper. You get more cards and it's cheaper, but you're not getting a guaranteed autograph. You get a guaranteed autograph or a relic. And then as far as numbered cards, like we got like 1. Watch what happens here. But this box is twice as expensive, if not 3 times as expensive. So you get what you pay for. Just because like you want something with more value in it, you have to pay a lot more. Are you willing to fork over $500, $600, $700, $800, $900,000 for a hobby? Like, who knows? Like, stuff's getting out of control. And as soon as one of the rookies, like if Mendoza looks like he's going to be really good, everything is going to go way up. All the 2026 stuff. Cam Ward comes and has a good season. Guess what happens to 2025 stuff? Or Jackson Dart, or any of the other guys. Like somehow Shador takes the job, and like we don't know. Tez Johnson, Tyler Shuck ends up performing well. There we go with a gold to 50, gold Ray Wave, Bannon. Going to the Browns, David. But to go back to the beginning, Topps Chrome. It's a good solid choice to wait for. It's going to be big, but it's going to be expensive. Luther Burden rookie autograph on a thick boy. Looky. Joshua, not bad, sir. There's a Jackson Dart rookie. Slayton refractor, JJ. Garrett Wilson to 275. Jaden Daniels, refractor. And a Matthew Golden rookie auto to 99. Joel. Casual with a $2 super chat. Thanks for all the info as always. I tip to you. No problem. Appreciate the super. Another difference. Thick quality card stock on the Chrome cards. Thin flagship cards. Tyleik Williams to 299. And Genty rookie to 125. That one's for Joshua. Hold on one sec, guys. These are perfect ones for those 40 points too. Thicker card stock on these resurgents. Especially parallels, autos. Perfect. See what's going on in here. Why not? Let's do the big boy now. Oh, that's crazy, Ken. Penix. Jared Verse. Flashback auto. Going to Michael. Then Trey Benson. Flashback auto to 50 for Eric. Felton rookie autograph for Damian. Then we got a Hampton rookie to 25. That's a banger. Orange mosaic to 25. Chargers. Lucas. Josh Jacobs to 150. Oh, sweet. The Topps Finest with the protector coating on there. TJ Watt. That's numbered to 20. 5 of 20. That's for Shane. JSN to 75. Tyrone Tracy reflash to 150. And Brock Purdy to 150. Oh my God. Hate this music. All right, I got to get something new up here again. Let's get another 40. You don't see these cards with the protector film on them too much. I hope they do that with baseball. I like that concept still. Nostalgic. Maybe they should consider doing that with more cards so we don't have so many scratches all over everything. Man, there's a lot of top load cards in that Breaker's Delight box. Another hobby, then a jumbo. No, I don't remember MSRP for anything. It's hard enough to keep it, like, to even know what the retail prices are. I gotta check it daily to find out prices on stuff. And it changes daily. Silver pack. Oh, that's crazy, Ken. Not a ton. Not a ton happening. Put on the high-end cards. Yeah, like, it could even just be one, like, one set of it. What I would like it to have a distinct look to it, though, so that you have the choice whether you want to take the protective coating off to get graded or keep it on. So, like, if you take it off, it needs to be known that there was coating on there. So whatever insert it is, you can start from scratch with a whole new, like a whole new insert, rare insert SSP, or its own parallel, its own like super awesome parallel. And that way, like, you know when it has with or without that plastic on there that it's sweet. And I want that to be a choice of like, do I take the coating off or leave it on? Like, what way would have more value? About time for an All Kings. Oh, Matthew, you pulled a 57 rookie. Well, I don't know if you should spend the $80 to get it graded. Maybe that card's going to be worth a ton. I'm not sure it's got some value, but I'm sure you've looked it up. What's it going for raw, if there are even any? There's not many of those 57 rookies. So, like, what's the raw value? Not what are they asking, what is it actually sold for? If there's not more than one that's actually sold also, then the first one to sell is a premium. Like, you get a premium for that. So it's not even worth as much as that from a raw standpoint. Sweet wild card. Nico to 150. It's totally a Donruss parallel. It's just completely ripped off Donruss. Going to Camille. Camille, you got the 1-2-3 punch. Texans, Colts, and Jaguars. I would like to be able to remove it to get a gem grade. Well, in my world, you can get a gem grade with it on there. Like, think to the 90, was it the 90, what year? 94 refractors started doing that. And they did it for like a little bit from Topps Finest. So like you can get high grade ones with the coating on or off, and it's like, what one would you rather have? Because it looks sweet. The refractor without the coating on there, it kind of like it. I don't know. I think I'd want them both. I think I'd want it both ways. Saquon. Uh-oh, Matthew, you're using funny money that I don't understand. Raw for 300 euros. Currently in auction with 18 bids, 4 days left. No final sales as of yet. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. If it's, what's 300, is that euros? What does that equal to in US dollars? USD, not fake, even faker fiat. Not petrodollars. What is that in petrodollars, sir? DK to 2026, it's a gold. Well, it doesn't equal a gem, Ben. That's the thing. You can't just say that just because a card has this on there, you peel it off and it's perfect underneath. That's only one step of it. Imagine that it is perfect. How is it centered now? How are the corners? Any print lines on here? What's the back look like? Back doesn't have any coating on it. You got a wrinkle in the back. You got a scratch on the back. Off-centered on the back. So many more factors. It's going to be a risk. Either way, I think. Would be. Tom Brady auto, that would be nice. $140. Okay. Oh, $410. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. At that point, because that's a raw card, at that point, you would send it away at the $80 price. I would. Assuming scratches, centering, corners, edges, defects. But I think you're safe at that point. $400, you're safe. But the thing of it is, too, is like, I mean, there's always risk. But it's not every day you pull a card that valuable, man. That's actually tough. Like, you see on social media and, and people breaking and stuff, like, you see big cards get pulled. But from an actual, like, you ripping for yourself, a personal standpoint, to get a card that's worth, like, $400, that's pretty sick. Like, that doesn't just happen all the time. So it's hard to do. Unless you're ripping Breakers Delay boxes or something, or you're just ripping jumbo boxes. Like, all right, well, it's a little more easy to go, but you're spending way, 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 way more. I'm a retail ripping guy, so I'm not used to getting a $400 card. Unless it's in a break. Then it's every day, every time. Last box. And it's a jumbo. Probably going higher, but this is brand new. Like, we don't even have a history with those cards. Why is there coating on that card? Because it's a special card. Protective coating keeps that sucker nice and clean, scratch free, hopefully. We got a parallel in here. Isn't that special? Joe Burrow, Saquon, and a green Cole Payton rookie quarterback to 99. Going to the Eagles for Christie. Silver Pack Mojo parallel, green. Color match. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, they did it way back in the day, Luca. They brought it back. Wow, that's a first, Ken. I think I said a 10-minute subscriber thing for the chat. Like, you got to be a subscriber for 10 minutes. Tez Johnson rainbow foil. Oh, baby. Jeffrey Simmons and Reggie Virgil. This one's numbered to 99. This one is a special black numbered to 70. Wide receiver for Arizona. And an Omarion Hampton sand glitter. It's quite the pack. Eric's got the Cardinals. And Christian's got the Titans. Caden McDonald. There's a gold 2026. Penix. Emmett Johnson. I have JB. Caden Proctor. They do exist. Gibbs. Herbert. Another gold. It's a Buka second year. Future Stars. Tops all rookie team gold. For Camille, numbered to 2026. Sadiq. Smith. Jigba. JJ and a chain. Leslie, heading your way. Coleman, rainbow foil. Marvin Harrison. They do penalize you for that, Luca, if they find out you're using different accounts. I don't know what kind of penalty you'll get, but if they find out, you will be penalized. We got a redemption here. Interesting. Well, who's the auto? Ruben Bain Jr. Like, I don't know if they're tracking your IP. It's probably something more than just like name associated with whoever's buying in. They might track, like EQL is supposed to be legit, So I imagine they would trace your IP. I only have one account. I thought about maybe having my wife open up one. I think you're allowed to do that. Or maybe it's just per household. Sometimes they say per household. TJ Watt. No, I don't have Butker. I only drafted one football team so far. Got another one coming here soon. Saturday. I don't really care about kickers. I just grab whoever. Pick a different one off the waivers if he's not doing good. Pretty much the same with defense too. You don't want to waste draft capital on defense. And if you do it smart, by the time it gets to you, there's none of the top ones left anyway. Unless everybody in the league's doing it the same way. Then you can maybe be contrarian. Thank you, Camille. Use different family members. Yeah, as long as it's not like one per household. Like I said, I don't really know what's going on with that. I read the thing and it said that they'll penalize you if they find out. Or they didn't even say if we find out. They said if you try to do this, we will penalize you. And maybe that means you'll never be able to win again. Not something I'm willing to risk. We got a golden rookie auto right on top here. Klubnik and Love, Williams to 299, Wilson to 275, Jacobs to 150, Purdy to 150, Tracy to 150, Jigba to 75, Genty to 125, Simmons to 99, Peyton to 99, HN memorabilia, Collins to 150, that's the wild card in a parallel, Virgil to 70, Shuck, relic, Fannin to 50, Judkins relic, Jones, Conference Kings, Reese auto, rookie auto, Burden rookie auto relic, Felton rookie auto as well, Noel to 375, Hampton to 25, that's his rookie to 25, TJ Watt with the special protective coating on there, numbered to 20. Trey Benson flashback auto to 50. Jared Verse flashback auto, and Reuben Bain Jr. Tampa Bay Buccaneers flagship signature card. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good day. I think we got an NBA product coming out tomorrow. Topps Chrome Black NBA. So I'm going to get a break together for tomorrow for you guys. Do the brand new NBA release. If you want to join a break, join my Patreon group. Become a slammer if you want to get notified. And message to all my Patreon members, go and check your junk mail if you haven't been getting emails, because you should get one when I post a break. So check your junk mail and make sure that it doesn't get sent to junk, so that you know, because I think that happens if you don't check it, or if you don't like click it or whatever. So check that out. And I will see you guys tomorrow, and on Friday, we're going to be doing more breaks. Thanks for watching.